What is going on YouTube? This is Dan from TCG Source. I am the Pokemon guy on this channel. One of the four, I guess. We all play Pokemon, but I play it the most rather than Yu-Gi-Oh on the channel. And I'm going to go over the new Phantom Force set that's going to be coming out November 5th. I figured I'd cover it since we haven't done anything covering Pokemon. We just did a video covering the new Yu-Gi-Oh archetype that came out. This is Phantom Force, comes out the 5th of November. More than 100 cards in the set. I tried finding a site that I know Bulba Garden, I think that Bulbapedia, I think that's it. Has like all the cards listed, but you can't click and see like an individual one like this Gengar here on the side. But we're going to go over the overview, the theme decks that come with the set, and then the featured cards. They have the two new Megas. They have Mega Gengar right here and Mega Manectric. We'll go over these two, well, mostly just Mega Gengar, because Mega Manectric hasn't really been revealed too much. At least it hasn't been on Bulba Garden, so I couldn't really look into it to see what its moves and whatnot are. But it says here, Psychic types, Metal type Pokemon, Diancie, whatever, not really that great, at least in battling. Full Metal Dialga EX. There's a few EXs that are pretty good. I know there's, I think it's Diancie EX, which could be pretty good because there's not a whole lot of fairy types that you can really use as like that'll do much. Can't really build that great of a fairy deck. That should cover, I mean, it's right there, Diancie's TCG debut, Team Flare trainer cards, Hyper Gear, tool cards. Some of the cards, I mean, I really haven't gotten to look too deep into it because it only a handful of the cards you can actually look at in English. I mean, you can look at all of them in Japanese, or Japanese or Chinese, or I think it's Japanese, but I don't know how to read that, so I can only look at the artwork. But it comes with two theme decks, Burning Winds. It's Talonflame, Venomoth, Yanmega. So it sounds like Psychic Fire. Could be pretty good, could be terrible. We'll find out when it comes out, because Mega Gengar is going to get a pretty big boost to the Psychic decks based on the big featured card that we'll look at the end. And Bolt Twister, which is lightning, I know for sure. Here's water. So lightning water, or thunder water, electric water, whatever you want to call it, water. That could be pretty good. Could counter some. But I really don't use theme decks. I build my own decks, and I usually stick to one archetype or one type, based on the fact that it's a lot easier to make the plays that you need to make. It's when like you have a fire type Pokemon and you play it, you don't have a fire type energy, you can't really do much unless it's got all normal energies or like one normal energy, and you can attack with just the normal energy. But moving on to the featured cards, the Gengar EX. Let's see if you can take a closer look at it. Night Attack, put 3 damage counters on one of your opponent's Pokemon. That's pretty good. You can say your opponent retreats, and if they retreat, then you can still attack them, which is always nice. Those are some good Pokemon that can play that. I know a few others, but I don't remember the exact card. I know I have, I think Pat's Crobat, Prime has something like that where you can attack any Pokemon, so it's pretty nice. Dark Corridor, it's 1 Psychic, 2 Normals. A Vast just popped up, which is lovely. Your opponent's active Pokemon is now poisoned. Switch this Pokemon with one of your bench Pokemon. So you do 60, you poison, and you get a free retreat. And while the free retreat might not be ideal in the situation, say you're ahead and you're just stomping your opponent and you retreat and now you gotta let a Pokemon die, or you gotta basically discard an energy to bring Gengar back out. I mean, I don't really like when you have to switch out, but I mean the poison might be worth it just to use that. Let's go back. Here's Mega Gengar EX. Go ahead and click on that so we can see the moves and stuff. Now normally when you play a Mega, your turn ends. But we'll get into that at the end. I'm just going to read that right now so you know what I'm talking about later on when I get to the final card in this video. But Phantom Gate, choose one of your opponent's attacks and use it as this attack. So this could be beneficial or it could be not beneficial. Say I'm not really sure if this is only your opponent's active Pokemon or if it's any of your opponent's attacks. I'll have to look that up. And maybe it'll be more beneficial if it's any of the attacks. Here's some more Gengar cards. I don't know why I went down there, but as you can see, there is a Hollow Mega Gengar, or not Hollow, a Shiny Mega Gengar, but I don't know if that's viewable down here. Apparently not. That's a cool Gengar right there. I want that one. Might have to check that out on eBay or something. But the Mega Gengar EX is pretty good based on this card right here, Gengar Spirit Link. So when normally when you Mega Evolve, your turn ends, but if you put Gengar Spirit Link, if you play the trainer card onto your Gengar, your turn doesn't end. So you can continue. You can put out your super strong Mega right here with the 220 HP right here and choose an attack from your opponent. Well, this is after you get your 3 energies, but you choose an attack from your opponent and attack them with it. And say you're playing some type, like, I know old Psychic cards are weak against Psychic. Obviously these aren't, they're weak to Darkness, which makes more sense now because it's updated, but the old Psychic cards are weak to Psychic. Say you're playing someone with a Psychic deck, you can just hit them with their own powerful attack. I mean, I know you're already playing a Psychic deck, but you can also get your 220 HP out there and have 220 HP while hitting them with super effective types, or you can just hit them with their own moves, which is nice as well. Let's see if there's anything else I missed. I don't believe so. I'm not sure if this is going to work. I'm going to try. I don't know how my recording software will react to this, but if it doesn't react very well, this will be the end of the episode and I'll just edit out the rest. But we're going to try to go to, oops, Bulbapedia, Phantom Forces. Alright, so here's all the cards. I mean, you can see them over here, but they're not in English, and there's not this many in this set. This is the English set right here on the left in yellow. You can't click on these ones, unfortunately, but you can see like the Gengar and whatnot, and you can see Malamar EX full art, kind of cool. It's pretty cool full art, to be quite honest. That's a really cool regular EX. It's like hugging the text and the attacks and stuff. Then you have the Metal Dialga. That is a sweet, sweet full art. The full metal, completely silver. I'd love to pull one of those. That would be a fantastic video right there. And then the regular one, he's like shooting a beam out of his mouth and stuff. It's kind of cool. And then Aegislash EX. Could be some. There's some really good cards here to build a decent metal deck around. You can't see Florges EX. That's who it was, not Deontay EX. Sorry about that earlier in the video. But you can see that there's a Florges EX. And then here's the full art Gengar EX. Kind of crazy looking. Like, I'm not the biggest fan of this. I mean, it's kind of cool how he's like coming out of like a side beam or something like that. Kind of trippy in the background a little bit, and then he's like jumping out. But I don't know. I don't really like how it looks. It's kind of hard. I mean, it's just the picture and whatnot, but it's kind of hard to read the text. Still kind of cool, I guess. And then Mystery Energy. Basically only attached to Psychic, provides Psychic Energy. Retreat cost is 2 less, so you attach it to here I'll take Mega Gengar for example, who I don't even think has a retreat cost. 1? Can't really tell, it's not in English. I think it's 1, so it'd be 0. I guess that's helpful, like sorta. And then I'll just go through this really slowly so you can see all the cards in the new set. If you want to take a closer look, you can go ahead and pause it. And that's all of them. They're on the left, and then on the right is Japanese. And here's the covers of the packs. You got the Aegislash one, Deontay one, Gengar, Mega Gengar one, and Mega Manectric one. And that'll wrap it up for our coverage of the new Phantom Forces X and Y. Burning Winds was Fire and Leaf, not Psychic. That's my fault. But that'll cover it up for the Phantom Forces X and Y new set that's coming out in November. This has been Dan from TCG Source. See you next time.